The funnel can't fix a positioning problem. Positioning is the decision you make before you write a single word. These people know you. They trust you. They've been following your work for months, maybe even years. Your audience can follow your work for years and still not see themselves as your buyer. And while confidence is important, it's actually clarity that creates it. This was built for her. That's what we're building toward. When you get clear on your positioning, these issues tend to resolve themselves. Your content starts attracting the people who are ready to buy.
My guest today is a dear friend of mine.
One of them goes, that one over there, she's big money. And it was my guest today.
Her name is Amy Porterfield.
Amy Porterfield, the ever amazing
best-selling author of 2 Weeks Notice, Miss Amy Porterfield.
You've probably rebuilt your funnel more times than you'd like to admit. And every time, the results come back close to where they were before. And so you look harder. You rewrite the sales page, or you tweak the email sequence, or you add another lead magnet. And then you wonder if the webinar maybe needs just a different structure, or if your launch timing was just a little off, or if maybe the offer just needs another bonus to push people over the edge. So you keep pulling levers and the numbers keep landing in roughly the same place. Here's what I want you to consider. Before you touch anything else in your business, what if the problem isn't any of those places? What if it's sitting in a decision that runs through all of them and something most six-figure founders have never been taught to examine? That's what we're talking about today. It's called positioning, and when it's off, it creates a very specific pattern: content that connects but doesn't convert, a price you believe in but struggle to communicate, a funnel you keep optimizing without ever quite breaking through. Those three things might feel unrelated, but they usually aren't, and in this episode, I'll tell you why. Today, I'm going to walk you through what positioning actually is, why it's different from messaging, and I'm going to give you the 3 signals that tell you it's the layer that needs your attention. You only need one of these signals to be true. And once you identify which one, you'll know exactly why positioning is where to focus first. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe before we get started so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, follow the show so new episodes show up in your feed automatically. Let's get into it. I first want to give you a clear definition of positioning because it's different from messaging, and that difference can transform your whole business. So messaging is how you say something. It's the words you use, the stories you tell, the way you describe your offer in an email or on a sales page or just in a webinar pitch. When something isn't converting, messaging is where most entrepreneurs go first. They rewrite the headline, test new subject lines, workshop the pitch. That work has real value, but it lands best when the positioning underneath it is already solid. Positioning is the decision you make before you write a single word. It's the strategic choice about who this offer is specifically built for, what stage of their journey they need to be at, and what exact problem it solves for that person. Everything else in your marketing builds on top of it, including your messaging. When your positioning is unclear, your messaging has nothing specific to point at. So you can rewrite the copy 10 times and still not get the result you're looking for because the words are not the issue. So think of it this way. Positioning is the through line. It runs across your messaging, your offer, and your lead gen. When it's clear, all 3 start working in the same direction. When it's fuzzy, they each just pull slightly off course and you spend years optimizing the symptoms. So here's an example of what this looks like. A health coach who helps women feel better is positioned broadly. A health coach who works specifically with perimenopausal women in their early 40s who are starting to notice change in their energy, sleep, and body and want to get ahead of the transition before it completely derails them is positioned with precision. Both can be excellent at what they do. Both can write compelling copy, but the second one never has to work hard to explain who she's for. Her positioning does that before she says a word. The right woman recognizes herself immediately without needing to be convinced. So when your offer is positioned that specifically, your ideal buyer recognizes herself the moment she lands on your page. Before she's weighed the price or read every detail, she already knows that this was built for her. That's what we're building toward. Now let's make this practical. I'm going to walk you through 3 signals, and as you listen, I want you to ask yourself if any of them sound like your business right now. If even one of them does, that's your sign that positioning is the layer that needs your attention before you rewrite another word of copy or rebuild another funnel. Okay, so signal number 1, high engagement, low conversion. You know this pattern. Your content gets saved and shared. Your email open rates are solid. People reply and they reach out to you and they tell you that something you posted described their exact situation. The engagement is real and you're not misreading it. You're getting the attention and then the cart opens, but your sales don't reflect any of that. Most entrepreneurs look at lead generation first when this happens. Your first thought might be, maybe the wrong people are finding me, or maybe you jump straight to messaging. Maybe my offer isn't being communicated clearly enough. Both of those are actually worth looking into. But here's what I want you to consider if you've already tried those fixes and the pattern hasn't changed. These people know you. They trust you. They've been following your work for months, maybe even years. That level of familiarity, it rules out a lot of the obvious answers. So here's what it often comes down to. Engagement tells you people are interested in what you're creating. Positioning is what makes them recognize they need to buy it. Your audience can follow your work for years and still not see themselves as your buyer. And that's a positioning problem. There's a meaningful difference between an audience that finds your work valuable and an audience that recognizes itself as the exact person your offer was built for. Let me repeat that. There's a meaningful difference between an audience that finds your work valuable and an audience that recognizes itself as the exact person your offer was built for. When positioning is clear and specific, the right people land on your sales page and see their exact situation described so precisely that the decision almost makes itself. When positioning is broad, even loyal followers can appreciate your content without ever quite crossing the line to a buyer. So here's where to start. Before your next launch, write out 2 or 3 descriptions of the person who really gets value from your free content, but is not the right fit for your paid offer. So be specific, not just beginners or people who aren't serious. Name the actual situation. Someone who's still figuring out what business they want to build, that's specific. Or someone who needs one-on-one support rather than a course. Or someone who's looking for a quick fix rather than a real system. So be that specific. And once you have that, flip it. Use what you just wrote to describe who your offer is for with the same level of specificity. So not a broad ideal client avatar, the actual person, the one who's already tried a few things or knows what they want and is ready for a real solution. So write that description out in the same format, same level of detail. Now take that description to your sales page and read the first 3 sentences of your sales page. Ask yourself if the person you just described would read those sentences and immediately think, this is for me. If the language is still broad enough that almost anyone could see themselves in it, that's your gap. Your offer has more clarity than your positioning does. Closing that gap is the work that comes before anything else. Okay, moving on to signal number 2 that your business has a positioning problem. You can't stand firmly behind your price. This is the signal I want to spend the most time on because it shows up in almost every 6-figure business that I've worked with, and it creates more quiet damage over time than almost anything does. You've set a price. You've thought it through. You believe in the transformation you deliver, and then you get in front of your audience to sell and you falter. You start softening the language around that number. You rush past it on the webinar. You add a bonus that you hadn't planned to add, but you're trying to justify the cost in real time. Or you offer a more flexible payment plan than you had intended. Or maybe you find yourself explaining the price in more detail than you meant to. And this is before anyone has even raised a question. You're already starting to negotiate with yourself. Your audience can feel that. So when you're not fully grounded in your price, that uncertainty travels. It doesn't show up as a single thing anyone can point to. It's like a sales call that felt warm but ended without a yes, or a launch that got close but didn't get there. The easy explanation is that it's a confidence problem because it presents itself as that. But you might think that the solution is just show up with more certainty or project confidence even if you don't fully feel it yet. And while confidence is important, it's actually clarity that creates it. So let me say that in a different way. Clarity creates confidence for you and your buyer. When you can't stand firm behind your price, it often means that your offer hasn't been positioned as the specific, obvious choice for one person at one stage of their journey. Until that's clear in your own head, the number will feel like something you're hoping people will accept. And that's where the lack of confidence comes into play on both sides of the sell. Now, here's what I've seen over and over again with the women I work with. When your offer is positioned with precision, you don't need to manufacture the confidence to hold the price. The positioning holds it for you. Think about what happens when an offer is positioned broadly. Something like a financial planning program for people who want to get their money right. That positioning puts the buyer in a market where she has a lot of options. She can look around, compare what else is out there very easily, and then decide later. The price becomes one variable in a decision that hasn't been made yet. Now, here's what it looks like when positioning is specific. A financial planning program for women who have just landed their first director level salary and are making more money than ever before and are quietly terrified that they're going to end up exactly where their parents were at 60. At that level of specificity, the right person reads that description and thinks, oh man, that is me. Then the decision shifts from comparing options to recognizing that this was built for her particular moment. Specificity is what earns the price before you ever say the number out loud. When the right person reads your offer and thinks, this was built for exactly where I am right now, the price stops being something they're weighing against other options. So here's where to start. Before your next launch, answer this question. What makes this offer the only logical next step for one specific person at one specific stage of their journey? Write the answer out in full sentences. Create a description of who they are, what they've been trying, where they're stuck, and why this offer meets them at exactly the right moment. Now read it back. If it still sounds like it could apply to a wide range of people, that's your signal. Vague positioning feels inclusive when you're writing it, but what it actually does, it makes the right person feel like they're one of many instead of feeling like this was built specifically for them. The more specific your answer, the less you have to sell the price. When the right person reads it and recognizes themselves, the price conversation changes completely. They already know this was built for them. The number is just a detail they need to work out. Okay, moving on to the third and final signal that your business has a positioning problem, the funnel fixing loop. So this one presents itself so convincingly as a funnel problem that it's the hardest of the three to recognize for what it actually is. So you launch, the results are flat. You go through everything and find real things to improve. The webinar show-up rate, the open rate on email 3, the click-through on the sales page. Those are legitimate issues and they're worth addressing. So you address them. You launch again, and the results are still roughly the same. The loop is easy to stay in because there's always something that can technically be improved. And making those smaller improvements, it feels like progress even when the overall number doesn't move. But a funnel can't fix a positioning problem. Every funnel you build sits on the top of the same question. Who is this offer actually for, and what exact problem does it solve for that specific person? If the positioning hasn't answered that first, the funnel has nothing to stand on. Your funnel is built to move people from awareness to decision, but it assumes the positioning has already done its job first. So when the offer is positioned for someone who's still deciding whether they have a problem, no sequence or emails or landing pages is going to create the readiness that positioning was supposed to establish. So before you touch anything in your next launch, do this first. Open a blank document, answer this question in 2 or 3 sentences. Who is this offer specifically for, and what has to be true about where they are right now for them to be ready to buy? Do not write the marketing version of this. Write the version that you'd say to a friend over coffee. Keep it casual. And then when you're done, pull up your webinar title, your lead magnet name, or maybe your sales page headline, and read them one by one. For each one, ask, if someone only saw this, would they know exactly who this was for? Not just the topic, the person, the specific situation, the moment they're in. If the answer is no for even one of them, you found where the leak is. Your audience is moving through a funnel where the entry point is pointing at one person and the offer is speaking to someone slightly different. That gap is small enough that it's easy to miss and big enough to explain why the numbers never quite get where you want them to go. That's what needs to close before anything else gets optimized. Start there. Okay, so here is your recap. The 3 signals that your positioning is the number one issue you need to address in your business. Number 1, high engagement with low conversion. Number 2, inability to stand firmly behind your price. And number 3, a funnel fixing loop with little to no change in the results. You only need to recognize one of these in your business to know that your positioning needs work, but you might feel familiar with all 3. So what do you do about that? Well, when you get clear on your positioning, these issues tend to resolve themselves. Your content starts attracting the people who are ready to buy. Your price has a foundation to stand on, and your funnel can finally do what it was built to do. But getting clear on your positioning is real work. Most entrepreneurs never do it because it doesn't feel as tangible as, let's say, rewriting a sales page or rebuilding a funnel. It's the kind of work that requires you to get honest about who your offer is really for before you do anything else. And it's the work that actually moves the number. I want to leave you with 3 starting actions that we covered today. Name specifically who your offer is not for before your next launch. Answer what makes your offer the only logical next step for one specific person at one specific stage. And ask yourself whether someone can tell within 30 seconds of landing on your page that this was made for them. Start there. That's where the clarity begins. And if you want to go deeper, I want to invite you to my free live training, the Revenue Consistency Formula. So this training will pick up where we just left off. And in the training, I'm going to walk you through the 3 most important marketing systems: messaging, offers, and lead gen. And I'm going to help you identify which one of those might be keeping your revenue stuck. So head to amyporterfield.com/training to save your seat. I'll drop the link in the show notes, and I really hope to see you there, amyporterfield.com/training. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. If it helped you see your business a little bit differently, I'd love for you to share it with someone who needs to hear it as well. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming up next. And if you're heading to the live free training, I'll see you there. That's the Revenue Consistency Formula at amyporterfield.com/training. I'll talk to you again soon.